Now in this video, for demonstration purposes, I'll be rooting my friend's Samsung Galaxy S4 running on Android version 5.0.1 Lollipop. Now it will work on any other device too. This device was never rooted before. Let me show you. If we go over here, as you can see, there is no SuperSU app installed, which means this device is unrooted at this moment. But before we get started, make sure that you enable USB debugging on your device. Now turning on the USB debugging is pretty simple. Now for that, head over to your phone settings and then scroll down and find the developer options and open it. And then make sure that you enable developer option and scroll down and hit on USB debugging. Hit on OK, and USB debugging is enabled on your device. Now if you do not have developer options over here, which happens in newer Android versions, it's pretty simple to activate that. Go to your about devices and hit on build number 5 to 7 times. And once you do that and hit on that for 5 to 7 times, go back and you'll have the developer options over here. Now once USB debugging is enabled, the device part is done. Let's connect our device to a computer and root this phone up. Now before we get started, make sure that you have at least 30 to 50% of battery left on your device. Once you ensure that, now we'll be connecting our phone to the computer via the USB cable. So let's connect it up. And let's place it over here. Now the phone part is done. We'll be heading over to your computer and rooting this device up. On your computer side, you'll need to download the KingoRoot software. So simply head over to the kingoapp.com or click the link in the description and download the KingoRoot software and install it on your PC. I have already installed it on my PC. Let me go ahead and show you. Let's open this up. And as you can see, it says device is not connected. Now make sure that your device is connected to your PC via the debugging mode should be enabled. Right, as soon as you connect it, it will start installing the driver. It might show you a prompt on your phone over here. Just hit on OK, and once you hit on OK, it will start installing the driver. Now make sure that you have an internet connection. Without internet connection, it will not work. Now as you can see, it has already recognized my device. It says Samsung Galaxy GT1 9500, which is Samsung Galaxy S4, my device, and it says root status is no, which means my device is not rooted. And let's click on root over here. Again guys, you need to know that root will void your warranty. You need to read the instructions over here. Root will void your warranty. So if you're rooting, make sure that you know that. So hit on root. Now during the entire process, your phone will flash a couple of times. You will see the KingoRoot logo on your phone. It might get disconnected and reconnected automatically, and at the end your phone will reboot. During the entire process, do not touch your computer, do not touch your phone, and do not touch your USB cable. For the next 5 to 15 minutes, just sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and let the KingoRoot app do the magic. And by no means disconnect your phone during the entire process. If your phone is rooted, at the end your phone will automatically reboot and it will show on your computer that your phone is rooted. If your phone is not rooted, not worry, your phone will automatically restart and it will be back to normal. So it's a pretty safe formula to root your device. Now let's talking about KingoRoot. KingoRoot is an all-in-one universal one-click rooting software, which means it is specifically designed to work on more than one Android device and to root them. Now as the name suggests, it's an one-click rooting software, which means you will only need to connect your device with your computer, enable USB debugging and hit on the root button, and it will do the rest of the process for you. Now since the rooting thing is a little tricky for Android device, because there is no one way of rooting all the Android devices, because the rooting process differs from device to device, Android versions to versions, and also Android kernel to kernel, which means even though two people have the same device running on the same Android version, still there will be different rooting process for both of them. In that case, KingoRoot is very handy because it's specifically designed to work with a lot of devices out there. So we'll be testing out with Samsung Galaxy S4 and we'll be checking out if it works on it or not. And I'll talk about compatibility at the end of the video. Now as you can see guys, it's saying my device is rooted and my phone automatically rebooted. So yep, it's successful, and it took roughly 6 minutes and 30 seconds, 6 minutes and 45 seconds to be exact. So it was a pretty fast process. So let's head over to my phone and check it out. Now guys, the rooting process is completed. If I go to the app drawer, and you can see over here, the SuperSU is automatically installed on my device, which means the device is rooted. You can further check it out by installing the root check or root checker app from the Play Store, and if you hit on that, it will show you whether the device is rooted or not. And as you can see, my Samsung Galaxy S4 is rooted, running on Lollipop version 5.0.1, and SuperSU by Chainfire is also installed on it. You can also check out some additional information which is not useful. And if I go back, as you can see, you will have the Kingo Root app over here, which you can remove. It's not required anymore. You can uninstall it. And if you go back, you have SuperSU over here. You can open up SuperSU, and you can see I have no root apps installed on my device at this moment, but it's rooted. So yeah, that's about it. It will definitely work on most of the Android devices out there. I have tested it on Samsung Galaxy S4, Samsung Galaxy Note 3. I also tested it on some Micromax and Xiaomi devices. It did work well, but definitely work on most of the devices, but it might not work on some devices. You can definitely try it out. It's not harmful. It will not break your device for sure. It did not work in some devices. I have tested about 12 devices with Kingo Root, and out of 12, 8 were successfully rooted. So stay tuned, they will definitely add these root capabilities to your phone. But most of the modern phones, most of the modern devices, most of the well-known branded devices are rooted by this. If your device is rooted, do post it down in the comments so that other can use this app to root their phone if they have the same phone. And do give it a thumbs up. If this video helped you anyway, please give it a thumbs up. That will help.